Please put your hands together right now for Cedric Yarbrough and Thomas Lennon. That's right. That's right. Somebody just got maced in the face. All right, sit on down, sit on down, sit on down so you can see it. So everybody can see. Let everybody see it. They get maced in the face. Hey, can we get them some water real quick?
I don't need one, thank you.
Nice, man. First of all, gentlemen,
Let's see what we're doing.
how was your day? How was your flight? Welcome to Utah.
Let's talk about the flight in depth. It was amazing. Good to see you, Jake. Thanks for the great intro.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to get here. Now I have 2 black friends in Utah, which is good.
It's a pleasure. You'll get a newsletter on Tuesday.
Thank you very much. I specifically said I did not want this. It's okay. I'll take it just to be a martyr.
Son, this is on me. You burned that joke right away, man, that black joke. I had one. Damn it, that's all.
Let's start again and you do yours.
All right, we'll start the whole panel all over again.
You see why I'm in a tuxedo.
I'm gonna go get him.
This motherfucker's got short shorts and a
Do the long belabored bit where we start the whole thing over again.
Thank you for having us. We're really excited to be here with you guys. Beautiful show. Jay, take it away.
Yes, so, like, where are we at right now? How's the career going? What are y'all currently working on? What are y'all excited about right now that you're working on?
It gets harder and harder for me when you dress cool at these. We gotta get on one email chain together. What are we working on? A lot of stuff. Cedric, you want to know?
I have a show called All's Fair, starring our beloved Niecy Nash, and Kim Kardashian, and
No applause for that. That was amazing. That went from a huge cheer to dead silence. I mean, she's great. We love her and she's great.
So Ryan Murphy is producing that, and that'll be out soon. What you got, Tom?
Oh, I don't know. I'm in a lot of stuff, but when I'm in the outfit, it's weird to say it like that. I'm on animal control. It's a weird thing. I play Tall's brother, which is you don't mind how a fun job. What do you think? Oh, hey. I actually, okay, so I put on both sets as a goof, and then I forgot.
You forgot. I can tell. My loving thing was a joke on.
Are those custom? I totally forgot. I was like, it's really nice and dark in here now. Yeah, we're always doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, we're a million voices and everything.
Voices. I have a show called 99 to Beat on Fox right now.
You know
Hosted
that?
by Kim Jong. Yep. I speak like this on the show. So yeah,
That's fun.
So who gets recognized the most? By your voice alone, or you in the short shorts?
Do you get recognized? I do frequently get recognized by my voice, but I don't know if it's from my character voices, really, but sometimes people know me from my voice. It depends if I have the mustache or not. If I have the mustache, it just depends.
Do you use the beard oil? Like, it's looking good. Like,
Mustache?
yeah, do y'all see this? It looks great. Like, I always wondered how it would look in person, and I was like, man, this shit's really put together.
And we really keep it together, guys.
That first season, first one or two, and two?
One and two, I have a fake mustache, and you can tell because it's always coming off just a little bit. It's always just a little, like half of it is kind of drooping or flapping, and you get a lot of flap and droop in the first couple. Also, those were before the episodes were now all TVs are very HD. So now I think if you watch seasons 1 and 2 of Reno 911, you could tell there's a lot of mistakes in Reno 911, guys. Nick Swartzen's character has 2 last names, depending on what episode you're watching. We killed my wife Debbie Dangle twice at least. Didn't check it all. There's an episode where Carlos is playing a perp, and we blurred him in the screen like on Cops, but we forgot to blur the rearview mirror. Remember that? So you can just look and you'll just see Carlos doing a character in the car. It is such a glaringly stupid mistake, but we did it. Didn't really notice.
I have 2, maybe 3 first names, S. Jones and Sade.
I thought it was Sade, right?
And then Sisyphus at one point. And then back to Sade. So, yeah. It's Reno 911, so
yeah, it's supposed to reset every episode, you know?
So y'all write, direct, and produce. What do you prefer the most?
I got an affinity for writing very young. I had a sort of like a Dead Poet Society kind of teacher who was really cool. Who was named Peter Hedges. He wrote like Once Eaten Gilbert Grape, and I always thought I'd be either like some kind of serious actor or something. I did not think I would ever write. And then you realize, as you start acting, like, oh, if I'm not a writer, no one's ever going to cast me in anything. So, like, I better think of some TV shows very fast. But I love writing. I write every day, whether it's necessary or not. You know, I write as like a compulsion, I guess. You know, that guy in South Florida who collects ladies down in the well, and he's gonna make a dress out of their clothes. I write like that.
That's the analogy, Jones?
Yes, it is. Yeah. I wish I could stop doing it. It's a compulsion.
that's the opposite of what most writers have. That's great. Yeah, that's not a compulsion. Because it is hard to write and come up with stuff all the time and procrastinate all the time. But good job. Good work. Good work.
As far as voice acting for you, Cedric, what have been some of your favorite characters that you've played throughout your career?
I like to be employed, so I like all of it.
Who's the guy you do all the time when you're at the thing? That guy. That guy. Do it.
Oh, yeah! There's a character on the Boondocks, very cantankerous character, but I was a big fan of Schoolhouse Rock. From the 70s, 80s, and Jack Sheldon, the jazz Jack Sheldon, who had the hooking up words and phrases and crowds. He was just real cool, you know. He was a jazz musician who did a lot of cocaine. And you know, I have a friend named Rufus Xavier, that kind of guy. And it was in my, and I like doing that voice, so I just kind of turned him up when I do steak meal.
I never even caught that.
I think probably the happiest day of my life, we were walking around Georgetown in Washington, and you started doing that voice at me as I was doing dumb things, and you would do like, I'd go to like pick up a gum I found on the street, and then you would say, "Hey, Tom, it's your conscience." Don't eat that piece of gum on the ground you picked up. You know, gum on the ground is poison. It's poison. So then we spent like a couple hours just walking around where I would intentionally do dumb stuff to see what my conscience would sing at. Oh, Tom, your penis is out again. Your penis is poison. Well, that's not. I have a friend that can do that voice all the time. time, yeah.
So, about the Big Big Voice, at the time that debuted, I was going through basic training in the military, and it got so popular that our drill sergeant started talking to us like that. I can't do a stick minute, but yeah, we would.
Step 1, 2, and your shoe A, step 3, 4. Your penis is pointing.
You're losing your mustache a little bit in the second round. This is exactly what we talked about when we talked about season 1, Reno #1. That's why you gotta do the real one. I know, it takes a long, it's a commitment.
What was, speaking of Reno #1, what was a scene that you thought that would never make it to the show? Like you're like, there's no way, but there.
Because it was inappropriate?
Or just, either or, just.
Yeah, well, one thing that's remarkable about Comedy Central is, to my recollection, they never told us you can't do that.
That's awesome.
One very handy thing is that we never gave them scripts, so there's also no way for them to say you can't do that because they didn't know what was going to happen. But we never wrote any dialogue, but they never gave us that much flack really about anything. And we did definitely some pretty weird episodes where they should have probably not allowed some stuff, but I mean, because it was sort of spontaneous, because we improvised the dialogue, like, if we had written down, like, the things that Trudy says at the morning briefing, if you put them in a script, they would not only, like, not let you do it, but they would fire you. They'd be like, no one can say this. But then Gary just says it.
Yeah. Well, the story of Reno, we were originally getting produced by FanX, and then we moved to Comedy Central.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dropkick Murphys.
That's a really good layered joke. I'm just sorry. I know I went over like half the rules.
But those who got it really loved it. It was just some guys with beards and cool Irish flat caps and...
Hey, Tom, it's your conscience.
Oh, no.
I don't think that joke went over that well. No, and this is a very white crowd, and they don't get that shit.
They totally got it. He just did a job here. Yeah. My third black friend in Utah just came in out of nowhere from way downtown with a great Dropkick Murphys song. We're having some fellowship, guys. This is awesome. I lost my train of thought. What were we saying about what do we think wouldn't make the air? Let's see. I mean, at some point, no one ever also complained about the show to my knowledge. There were complaints we never got complaints. The Reno Police Department definitely got some complaints. In the first season, they said you should never let your officers be filmed like this. We're friends now. I think at the time the Reno Police Department, it was a totally real thing. That's why we're called the Reno Sheriff's Department. It's so close. So there's a Washoe County Sheriff's Department and a Reno Police Department. And when we first came out, I think they were both very annoying.
Yeah.
But now we're all friends. We're friends with the mayor, and then everybody's nice in Reno to us.
Can we talk about that first season, just the hiccups? I mean, of just introducing the idea, like, yeah, I'm sure y'all got complaints or like from the police department, or did it test well with a group? You
can tell that we probably did not test the show.
I love that.
Yeah, focus groups. I don't know what a focus group would have said about it. One interesting detail is we actually did the pilot in its entirety twice, 3 years apart, which is kind of weird, but it's a good maybe lesson about if you have an idea that you like, don't give up on it, because we shot the original pilot in the year 2000 for Fox. It did not get picked up, and it just kind of sat on the shelf. And then 3 years later, Comedy Central was like, do you have anything that's a daylight exterior and Jeep? And we were like, well, we have this Fox thing. And then it was cool, except Fox owned the actual tape that we had filmed the show on. So we were allowed to use the material, we just had to refilm all of it exactly. Which is kind of a weird loophole, but we had to do that. And then Comedy Central obviously picked it up.
While, and as a personal story, while we had shot it in 2000 and it didn't get picked up, so we all went on with our lives and worked other places. I worked at P.F. Chang's, at Whittaker de Beppo. I also was working at California Adventure in the Aladdin show before with the Broadway. I was the genie.
Okay.
And we were, the show had been picked up on Comedy Central, and I had not given up my genie job on the weekends, so I'm still, you know, I'm still doing that kind of shit. And then I heard people actually, that's I could hear them in the audience, and I was like, you know what? I think I can with this amusement park.
By the way, I know your profile on all the dating apps is Weekend Genie.
What is my profile?
Solid.
Weekend Genie.
Weekend Genie.
Girl, I can make your wishes come true.
Now, as far as sketch comedy, do you have any advice or improv for comedy, like for myself, I'm a stand-up comic, and for anybody that's trying to put together a show to the likes of Reno 911 that has that same improv feel?
Yeah, don't do it. Don't. It's not paying any. We are the last ones to get paid from this.
I have a couple thoughts on it. It was interesting. We were the Upright Citizens Brigade asked if I would teach like a sketch writing class, just because other than Reno 911, I did the state stuff, and sketch writing is one of my favorite joys of writing. Is writing like a 6-page or 5-page thing, and it was interesting. So I was going to teach one class for them in sketch writing, and they labeled it on their website. Thomas Hennon is going to teach sketch writing. And the banner, it said, writing is rewriting. And I made them take it down because I was like, I do not agree with that in any way. I think that's actively not true. Like most of the sketches I wrote that I thought were great, or that stood the test of time, were things that I wrote as fast as I could think of them, and I didn't change them. You know, like Porcupine Racetrack came out in exactly the amount of time it takes to write that down. And things like that. I think not overthinking it, but also, by the way, I mean, you must be so persistent because, like, Reno 911, which we thought was a really hilarious pilot, did not get picked up for 3 years. Yeah. I mean, the number of shows, and Reno 911 is one of 10 pilots we've done. Like, the vast majority of work you do and what we do does not go anywhere, and nobody ever hears about it. So you better like, if you need to like the process of doing stuff, which I happen to love, because I write for nobody all the time. You know? So, but that's, what do I got? Ladies and gentlemen, the Pixies.
I love that everybody that walks in and get called out. I love it.
I just do a quick band name for whoever comes in. Please let us get a ZZ Top.
Go buy the food truck, I guarantee you'll find one.
We got a full ZZ. Oh, but you know, I mean, if comedy is, you know, it's a long, it's a marathon,
not a sprint.
So it's a long game.
The whole acting career is nose, all of it, and you do have to enjoy the process of getting told no all the time.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while you get those yeses that just fill you, and you remember, yeah, this is why I do this. I get to actually, you know, I have to work at Whittaker de Beppo. But
ladies and gentlemen, the Dixie Chicks. And we lost 2 of them. We had 3 Dixie Chicks, and then we lost 2. And now
damn it, Tom, I was
you get those ladies back.
very important about the process.
Whittaker de Beppo, yeah.
Whittaker de Beppo. You think the G at Whittaker de Beppo?
No, you talk about the yes, when you get that yes.
You get the yeses.
It is great.
And then, yeah, and then you get to play with your friends. And
We're both in different Clint Eastwood movies, and you're in a good one.
What was your favorite yes? Like for anyone?
yes,
That's probably easy, yeah.
you know, I'm thinking.
Oh.
This was pretty good. This Reno 911 thing we've been riding for quite a while.
Yeah.
Definitely. I moved to Los Angeles in July of 2000. Met these guys in October of that year, and I'm still.
Do you want to say what your audition for Reno 911 was? What the audition was?
My audition, I was Aaron Neville for the audition. We brought in some sketch characters. I think I did a little, I don't think we can do that anymore. And we also had, I brought a Reese's peanut butter cup and some peanut butter and put it on my head for Aaron Neville's bowl.
Oh wow.
Look at this face. Really, yes, all right. Sometimes there's a lie. I've been
The secret is underthinking. Especially with us, the secret is really just underthinking, you know? I didn't want you to work out so hard. You can't. Weren't you wearing a shirt from the Baby Gap?
I was putting for Aaron Neville's muscle show. But yeah, this is probably my favorite, yes, because after this gave me more confidence in doing all the other things. This show was so brave and fun, and Tom and Ben and Carrie were so, yes, go, keep going, do more, be as stupid as possible. We really want it, we really need that. And that, for an actor, gives you more confidence, gives you more, it gives you the will to say yes to yourself. Yeah, I will keep going, and not be bombarded with, you're not that great. No, yeah, I am, let's go. And Tom and Ben and Carrie were just the best audience members. They nurtured that, they loved that.
Okay, your guess, Mr. Lennon.
I forgot what the question.
Favorite yes.
I auditioned for a movie that was I don't know, I mean, it was just weird part. This is not like some spectacular part that I played, but I remember it just felt really good because I'd read the script. I had an audition to play the doctor in Memento, the Christopher Nolan film. I was like 28, I guess, years old, and for some reason I read the entire script, which is funny because I would never do that now. Because the doctor has 2 lines in the entire film. But I had to like drive in my car and go and audition for Christopher Nolan by saying, "It's a test, Sam." That's the entire thing that the doctor says in the movie Memento. And then I was like,
We want that.
and Christopher Nolan was like, "Very good, very, very good, very good, I like it." And then I ended up being in The Dark Knight Rises because I got that strange little part. And always go in and read for the small parts, because you never know. But then I got to be in Dark Knight Rises as a joke about me being in the window. Yada, yada, yada. Christopher Nolan going, very good the way you said those 4 words. Very good. Just felt good.
Let's talk comedy for a second. There's, if you will, on the spot, lightning round, who's on your Mount Rushmore of comedy? Doesn't matter if it's improv, stand-up, sketch, whatever.
Sure. You want to start going in order? I can do from memory. Well, I can do the best of Bill Cosby. Should we just skip that? I'll skip it.
Somebody put a stop sign in the top of San Francisco. My brother Russell, he always... We used to go down the The damn game was called Johnny and Napoleon, a buck buck. And God came down to somebody, they got the crookedest street in the world in San Francisco called Lombard Street. And I feel like my Bill Cosby's getting worse and worse.
You know, you could have a Cosby off.
We should start billing it as just after. I can also do beginning to end, ladies and gentlemen, the Arcade Fire. I can probably do from memory from memory if I had to. So these are more than the canyons, you know.
The Osmonds, sorry, not the Almonds. The
Don't let the pros do that. Let the pros handle that. That was not shit. See? I made it look easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Almonds.
No. Did you see the almonds?
Like I meant Osmonds, but I said almonds.
Like
You hungry, y'all?
Like the other kind of M&Ms that are
It's
almonds.
not easy.
You hungry, bro? Somebody get him
It's
some.
not as easy as it looks. Who else is up? There's a lot of, I mean,
Richard Pryor, George Carlin, yeah.
I grew up, obviously, Monty Python was a big part of my childhood. And then I got to, I actually have behind my desk where I work, I have the frame, the autograph of every member of Monty Python. Including the late Grant Chapman and everybody. So it's like one of those sort of, it's like my holy grail thing that I have, is the everybody is from Python. You're not doing fine. It is a cool thing.
Did you ever watch that shit, Jay?
So, actually, I do want to. No, the two of y'all showed up in my life at very interesting times. I grew up in Los Angeles, and I ended up moving out to Orange County, where it was predominantly white. And so I didn't know what white humor looked like, honestly. And this lovely show called The State came out. And so, like, yeah, and so I used to watch you and my people and thing. And so it was like, I watched The State like religiously, like, and so I had to. Then I found Monty Python in that process. And so then I joined the military. I get stationed here, which Orange County prepped me for here. That was junior college to get my thesis on white people.
It was like the Karate Kid. You did not know you were learning about white people the whole time.
Right. And I missed my culture. I mean, that's when the Boondocks dropped. And so and then Dynamite came through. And so both of y'all, it was like when they offered me the panel, I was like, I'm great. And you have, all right, by a round of applause, who has seen the movie Black Dynamite? I think I know you know where I'm going with this. If you have not seen this movie, it's a must-see. But he has one of the greatest lines
Ever.
in any movie.
It's so great.
And if you know, and she's already laughing because she knows what it is. And we would always say that to each other as a greeting.
Wait, that whole, isn't the line I'm thinking of?
Wait, can I?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I get you? I'm gonna be Michael John White as Black Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna set it up. I'm putting the water now. I'm cracking down on anybody that's selling drugs in the community.
The Black Dynamite. I sell drugs in the community.
Is that in the script?
No.
I didn't think so. Greatest line.
My thing, when you watch movies like that where the lead, you know he kicks people's ass all the time, but no one's ever afraid of the guy, you know? And so for me, I wanted just a real moment of, I know this dude he can kick my ass, and now he's threatening my livelihood. Have a real moment. So that real moment was just me being really afraid of Michael J. White.
How tall is he?
Michael J. is like 6'1".
I know, but you're very tall.
I'm
You
a
don't
little taller, but Michael J. White, if you've seen that movie,
Yes.
he really is a real kung fu master. Yeah, no, he's a real deal. And he wrote that movie. He told me about that movie in his garage. He invited me over and said, I love Reno, I love Boondocks. I have this idea for this movie called Superbad at the time. And then some white gentlemen took that title. And so we ended up doing this new one called Black Dynamite. And but he told me this idea. He showed me a list of pimp names. And
What is your character's name?
My character's name is Chocolate Giddy. I was like, whatever that is, I want to be. I don't care what that character does. I want to be him. So
What would Deputy Jones arrest Chocolate Giddy up for? If they met the street?
I would hope it'd be for selling drugs in the community.
Exactly that, yeah.
But Deputy Jones, I sell drugs in the community.
Jones, we got
Real quick, I do want to let the audience know, if you have questions, please line up right here down the center, and if you could, just take a knee so everybody can, so the people can still see, all right? But if you have a question, I do want to open the floor for questions if you have any. So start lining up, all right? Y'all having a good time so far?
By the way, whatever the question is, you're going to get the answer in writing.
Telegram.
It could be 4 to 6 weeks, but I mean, we're happy to hear it.
I think that's one of the movies for my friend who loves the movies, and he's actually going to start watching the show now. But his question is, and I don't know if y'all know the answer, but why was it filmed in Reno?
The reason Reno 911 was not filmed in Reno, at one point I had to apologize to the city of Reno because somebody asked me this one time and I made a wisecrack that was a terrible idea. No, we filmed it, we filmed it where we lived, which happened to be, we all lived in Los Angeles, so most of the original couple seasons, for a long time we actually just filmed at a working sheriff station, which is both cheaper and easier than decorating someplace. I also think it's part of why the show feels so real, because we filmed at the Carson, California sheriff station. Yeah, and they didn't close for us. There's a jail in the back that's open and busy, and everybody was just doing their job. Our outfits kind of look like theirs, so if you see them go by in the background, it's not that weird. They'd like take us out in the helicopter and stuff. It was pretty neat.
We have to maybe pause a little bit, like while a detainee is getting into a jail.
Yeah.
Like, old.
Yeah.
All right, that's a scary dude.
Did someone ever think they were going to be on cop, like, thought y'all like this was an episode of Cops or something? They were like, oh, this might be great.
One guy did say, we were at the parking lot as we often were, and somebody was coming in, and he actually said, oh my God, you guys were filming here the last time I got arrested. He was a very good spirit.
I'm a fan of y'all.
Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
What we have?
And we'll still send it to writing. Madam, what's that?
Hi. Okay, so I live in Reno right now, and after moving there, picked up on a lot of jokes from the show that I did. So, what is your most favorite, most stereotypical Reno thing? Like you went out to Reno, and you're like, I gotta put this in, like so Reno.
Well, we definitely picked Reno because it is a very bizarre mix of a very, very metropolitan big town with casinos and airport and things like that. But it also is a very, very small town, also in a weird way. So, I think it's caught up with us the other way because we've done so many things. Like I did a song called "Get Up, Get Down, I'm Proud of Reno." And it was all about how it's not a second-class city to Las Vegas and yada yada. And then the city of Reno asked me last year, could they use that as an actual on their socials? I was like, well, absolutely, of course. But I do feel like it's caught up with us because I'm not sure if you're part of the problem in Reno, but recently, it seemed like something from our show because the Reno Police Department put out a video that said, please remember, it is not legal to use your bullwhip in downtown Reno. Bullwhips, do not be using them in the walking parts of the mall. Yeah, I thought it was really great. Bullwhips have been such a problem in Reno. But they were like, we need to immediately get out on the socials and address this.
Ma'am, are you part of the problem? No,
All right, who we have here? We got two more.
That knee was horrible. Having to take a knee. I got little knees.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if I agree with that policy, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think you're blocking anyone.
Well, thanks for saying that after I was on my knee.
It makes this more of like a Mayan death ceremony.
I just got some copies.
Send up the girl.
Well,
Worst
fan experience?
Do we even have,
I signed a weird titty.
that's on you.
Define weird titty.
That's 100% your fault.
My fault that that titty was weird?
100% your fault.
I don't know.
That's on you 100%.
She asked.
That doesn't mean you people get views.
What do you mean weird?
Now I have 2 black.
Do you have a weird fan experience?
I don't know. There's that lady that sends me drawings. That's not really, it's not that weird. No, I can't, no, like, no, we don't, everybody's usually very cool.
Yeah, everyone is cool, but if you got a weird titty, just
This is your fault 100%.
keep it in.
This should never have come up in
Keep it in
anything.
your time.
There's no reason this came out. You are the bad guy. You are the bad guy in this story.
Thanks for the question.
What have you brought as tribute?
The boots you're wearing today, are they genuine ostrich?
These are, I used to have a bunch of sets of the boots, and then I've given a lot of them away because, like, there's like a charity thing I'll do.
Is that enough?
Oh yeah, so last one's went for a whole lot, which was really great. But so these are actually new boots. I did a campaign for Arid, the boot company, and they were very nice about sending me quite a few boots. So these ones are whatever the nicest new area boots are. And I left the tag on just because it felt funny. And now that there's a tiny child here, let's stop telling the story about that crazy family member. But so yeah, I'm out of the genuine ostrich ones. There's two, you can see there's 2 sets of boots. One is in the museum of my hometown. And also my banjo in this entire outfit is also now living. One set of this is in the American Banjo Museum in Oklahoma City. So if you get there, you can go see the other one of this. Yeah.
For those who want questions, we're lining up right here.
I don't know why we needed to make these people a human centipede to get to do questions, but I feel like we did that. Why did we do that?
I just didn't want to walk.
No, I know. It's all welcome. I feel it's even weirder.
Do you still shop at the Bike Curios?
The Bike Curios, what a great deep cut. That's a Dave Holmes owned store in, ladies and gentlemen, the Dave Holmes store in, yes, that's a great, there's a lot of weird trivia. Zapateri and La Ballerina, where I go get the boots, is a real, Reno was a fun mix of totally real things because we couldn't afford to put a sign up, you know what I mean? And then fake things like tacos. So,
Donut grandpa and bagel cousin. It's usually a food and a relationship.
yeah.
Well, I just wanted to let you guys know I work for the state of Nevada, and everyone in Reno does love you guys, including in the Reno government. And I have been told by many officials there that you guys were the cause of a surge in tourism, upwards of like 200%.
I hope that's true. That would be so nice to hear.
You guys basically funded the entire tourism budget of
If you've never been to the Bowling Hall of Fame, you gotta go. There's the Bowling Hall of Fame. There's a lot of cool stuff in there.
I've been trying to convince Tom of a Reno con. Would you like if we showed up?
everyone there would love if you showed up.
He's afraid no one will show up. I think they'll vote for us.
Legitimately, the mayors of Reno are told about you guys in like a passing of the torch ceremony.
I think I might know the mayor of Reno right now. Is it a lady?
Yeah, Hillary.
Yeah, no, I know her. Yeah.
Fun one. Cool, guys.
Thanks for coming here.
Hi, now, new rule. When you get to the microphone, then take the microphone and sit down on the ground. Did you think I'm kidding? I'm totally honest. Okay, you don't know. Okay, no, okay.
Now I don't feel bad that my question is for Cedric, actually.
Hi, by the way, hi. Is that your child?
This is my child.
Is he okay with hearing about a weird titty?
No one is. By the way, no one is. That should have a trigger warning on the
About the dangers.
We are actually huge fans of Speechless.
Oh,
Give us from that show.
that show was thank you very much. That show I did 3 seasons with Minnie Driver and John Ross Bowie, Michael Fowler, created by Scott Silveri, head writer who had a brother with CP. Shows about the oldest son has cerebral palsy, and he communicates without speech. And so they acquire a mentor, also an aide, who I played with McKinnon. And it's probably one of the most proud shows that I've been a part of, just because it was about the disability community and showing it in a really fun, cool light, but also some medicine was also there. And being an African American and being the mentor on that show was really important for me. They used a lot of my own weirdness and, when we did Reno 911, a lot of that was organic and that was from us, and us trying to crack each other up all day. Having writers write for you what they think you are is also a different kind of comedy, which was fun. The show was fun and great. Loved working on that show. I miss it a lot. So, yeah, thank you.
Earlier you were talking about your audition history. I'm an aspiring actress myself. Do you have any tips for dealing with that rejection cycle?
It's a real tough one. I mean, this business will break your heart a tremendous amount. And then at a certain point in your life, you'll also only lose roles to people that are dear friends of yours, which is like, somehow me and Andy Daly are always just like endlessly circling around each other. Like any principal has to be one or the other of us. But what do you think it is a huge part of it, is just not taking personal. I mean, all you can do is be as true to yourself as you can really be, I made an effort to just be like, look, and especially if you walk into a room where you're like, okay, there's 8 of me in the lobby. Like, exactly. Like, and I know all of them, and they're all really funny, and everybody's really great. So, like, the only thing I can do then is make this somehow different than what these other 8 people who are exactly me and exactly as good. Like, so you have to find that thing that is just your sort of your brand.
It doesn't get easy.
It does not.
And
it doesn't change.
Yeah, and you have to really love doing this and love the journey. Even seasoned actors like ourselves deal with rejection all the time, unless you're Zac Efron or whatever white person. If you're black and like Tom and and Jay. The shit happens, and so it is loving this and figuring it out, and then I guess looking back at the career and going, oh wow, I found joy in those between.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the other parts of it. Yeah.
Because these are big roles, big things are actually happening. And like, oh man, you just gotta keep it moving. These are fun. These Comic-Cons are fun. You guys live in our past. As actors, we are always go. What's the next next thing is. But you guys remind us of, oh yeah, you guys love this from that. And sometimes we forget about that, as I do. So you guys are reminders of oh, you guys love the Goof and the DUI stuff, and you know, all the other stuff that we have done. That's also very fulfilling.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that was almost 4.5 minutes ago. About, so yeah.
So I can ask a question?
Yeah, but it's going to be in writing.
Dope. All right, I can't, I'm illiterate. So
Do you want anything signed?
No, thank you. I know
Mrs. Lovett, you're dropping motion.
Can I ask my question?
I apologize. I tried to make this take as long as possible because it warned us it was getting over and now. Ladies and gentlemen, the all numbers.
I know you guys from TV, but is there a stage role that you have just dreamed of your whole life that you would just love to tackle?
Ready? Mrs. Lovett, you're a bloody wonder of it. As you said, we do this very own little body dwelling in the past, so come here.
So Sweeney Todd.
Well,
Tom and I,
yeah.
Tom came up with this idea that we've been kind of working on a musical. And should we say?
Absolutely. It's about, this will be the last thing we talk about because we're about to wrap up, but we're doing a 2-man show at some point about,
Maybe.
it's going,
About Suge Knight.
yeah.
Yes!
Can I be Tupac?
All eyes on you.
Sadly, most of Tupac's stuff happens off stage.
I mean, I can get killed.
It's mostly off stage.
I'm worried, guys. To do this time. Guess which one of us is playing Suge Knight?
If Suge Knight wanted us dead, we already would be. Right? Yeah. Thank you, Salt Lake City.